Hey, 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 ladies. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, ladies? How are you today? The end of the week is so close, so stay with it, right? Stay with the momentum, stay with the drive, stay with the goals, stay with the intentions that you have been setting all week for yourself. If those of you who don't know me, I'm Carissa. By the way, I am a weight loss and habit change coach, and I'm on a mission to help more women get fit, stay fit forever. And today I just wanted to pop on and do a quick live because I have been seeing so many women lately come to me and they're like, I am stressed the F out. And when I'm stressed, I'm eating and I'm gaining this weight and all these like negative things. And so I thought I would just pop on really quick and give you 5 of my best kept secrets and tips to help you stop eating when you are stressed. Okay, because let's face it, if you're trying to get healthy, stay healthy, and be fit, stress is the exact opposite thing that we want, right? It's never a good life. We will never live a great life if we are constantly running at a level 8 or a 9 or a 10 on the stress scale. And if you don't know what the stress scale is, let's talk in the DMs about it, because you need to know what's going on within your own body on the stress scale. But anyways, I'm going to give you 5 tips to help you stop eating when you are stressed. Because ladies, like quick story, like 8 years ago maybe, I was eating perfect, right? I didn't allow any cheats. I definitely ate a little differently than I do now, for sure. And what's crazy is I'm in better shape now than I was when I was on restrictive meal plans. I walked into my nutritionist's office and I'd seen him for years, right? He had helped me go from about 185 pounds to, he got me down to about 130, which was awesome. No, that's a lie. He even got me all the way down to about 120. It was about 11% body fat. No, I was not competing. I was just uber obsessed with trying to get thin, right? I was chasing the number on the scale and I thought that every body percent fat that I would lose, it would bring some kind of happiness, and it wasn't. It was a joke. So I was chasing this false sense of happiness because I thought the scale was, gonna make me happy all of a sudden, but it wasn't. Either way, not the point of this story. So the point is I had been going for weeks, obviously, right? He was my nutritionist. And every week I'd go in, he'd do all of his pinch tests on me because I'm addicted to numbers. I'm addicted to watching the scale and the number pinches go down. And for 2 weeks in a row, my numbers didn't budge, right? I think it was about 14% body fat, which is really hard to maintain, you guys. That is like, unless you're competing, that's really hard to maintain. But again, I was obsessed. And it was about 2 weeks in, and he's like, Carissa, I know, like literally, I know you are eating perfectly. I know you have doubled your workouts. Like you're literally double dipping in the gym every single day. Why the hell is the scale not moving? Why are the numbers showing what they are? Numbers don't lie. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, tell me, you're the nutritionist. And he said, well, how are your stress scale? Or how are your stress levels? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I am so stressed as I am funny. And then I realized that you cannot outwork a bad diet. You cannot, eat like super clean and expect to get fit if your stress levels are through the roof. Okay. It's really hard to do because stress produces cortisol, and cortisol, I just want you to think about it as like pounds that just stick to our bellies. Okay. And weight around our bellies it's really scary because that's the stuff, that weight, that fat that accumulates around our midsection, our stomach, our lungs, our heart. That is what's really scary to doctors. Okay. We don't want to see a lot of excess weight around your midsection. In fact, I always know a woman who has a high stressful job when she has thin legs, thin arms, and a whole inner tube around her belly. And because I know that's stress induced. Okay, so that's stress. But anyways, I'm going to get to the 5 tips because I don't want to be here all day. I've got things to do, and so do you. And I appreciate you watching this. And if you find this video beneficial, I want you to please invite your friends to this group because so many women have problems when they are stressed. They either eat everything or they don't eat at all. Both opposite ends are not healthy. We always like to find the balance, right? Okay, so tip number 1 is to get yourself a food diary. I know, it's like the oldest, simplest trick in the book, but I'm telling you guys, like I track every bit of what I eat. I track my mood for the day. I track my stress levels. I have Hashimoto's, so for me, I really track my symptoms. You know, how's my hair loss? How's the eczema? How's my skin feel? How's my thyroid? I even track my digestion. Did I have a bowel movement today? How many did I have? Geez, why has it been 3 days since I've had one? Oh, I must be under lots amount of stress. So if you're in this group and you're a working mama, or it doesn't really matter, women just in general are way too stressed out all the time. But I say working women because I'm a career focused woman, and I used to be a workaholic and a stressaholic, right? I would literally stress out about everything back in the day, back in my corporate life. And I prided myself on learning, like I could multitask anything. I can handle all the stress that you're going to throw at me. And I'm like, what am I really doing? I'm not handling shit, right? My health is going down, and I work really hard every day to like keep trim and fit. And so I have been keeping track of my food and my fitness for the last 11 years. Now, do I do it every day? Like probably not. But the minute I start to fall off track, right? Like women like to say, I literally will say, when's the last time you tracked your food? When's the last time you tracked your mood and your stress? And they're like, oh, it's been a couple weeks. I'm like, get back on the train, girlfriend. Get back on it. Okay. Don't overcomplicate it. Losing weight is simple. Simple. All right. Tip number 2 is to learn your body's stress signals. Now, I just actually had a gal on my 365 Daily Hustle Facebook page. She reached out to me and she said, tell me more about these stress signals. Tell me more about the stress scale. And I'm not going to get into it, you guys, because that's exactly what my high-end clients pay me. Like I teach them all of my amazing strategies and tips and tools so that they can overcome anything. But stress, at the end of the day, it's going to affect your mood, your health, your libido, your sleep, everything. So if you're a chronic stressor, you need to deal with that. Okay? So the second thing that I'm going to tell you is that you need to understand what you do when you are stressed. You need to know how the body feels when you are stressed. You need to know the symptoms that you feel and do and see and whatever when you are stressed. Because once you become aware of your symptoms, right, of your stress, then you can start to beat it. Okay, so many women go from 0 to 100. If you can relate to that, like drop something in the comment right now. 0 to 100, right? Like you could just be going about your day, drinking your coffee, and your kid comes down, spills his plate of spaghetti, and then you're like, "Wah!" All right, or the dog shits on the carpet, something happens, you go from 0 to 100. That's not good on your body, especially if that happens all the time, okay? So I want you to write down and identify, what do you do when you're stressed? Okay, so yes, of course I eat. I am a past emotional binge eater. If you didn't know that about me, 11 years ago, I mean, there's a reason why I got to 213 pounds back in my day. I ate everything under the sun. I ate when I was bored. I ate when I was stressed. I ate when I was sad. I ate when I was happy. I'm like, oh, look, celebration. Let's eat, right? Like everything involved food and snacking. And until I finally learned how to overcome all of that. But yeah, so of course I eat when I'm stressed. So that's like clue number 1. I'm like, when I'm craving Doritos and gummy bears and chocolate, things that like I love, but I don't crave them all the time, that's a big sign for me. Other signs for me personally is I will literally isolate myself and just want to work. If anyone is out there that's like, yep, that's me. Yeah, so that's that recovering workaholic. I can address when I am working too much, and then I ask myself, what is causing me so much stress that I would rather stay in my room and just work, okay? Some literal physical body symptoms for me is my digestion shuts down. Like literally, there was a time that I didn't poop for like 8 to 9 days. Like that was my life on repeat. It wasn't until like 5 years ago that I actually started working on gut health, which is why I'm very I'm very, very excited to tell women, I'm like, have you pooped today? You should be pooping every day. Like, I felt so miserable, but I thought that that was just me. I thought that that was my body, and that's not healthy. So when I'm not pooping, ladies, I know I'm stressed, okay? Itching, eczema, okay? Hives. I will literally break out for nothing. And, you know, like just an advanced tip here is that if you're experiencing any of those things, it's typically due to hormones, and it's also due to what you're putting in your body. So if you have a lot of skin issues, it all comes back to food. So you've got to eat and put quality food into your body. Okay, enough about the stress portion of it. Number 3 is you're going to ditch the temptation for unhealthy food. Okay, so what I mean by that is, if you are trying to lose weight, get fit, stay fit, doesn't matter where you are on that scale. I've been on every ends of it, and now I'm just in that maintain mode. But yeah, you can't have your pantry full of bullshit. Okay, you can't have your office drawer full of candy and snacks and things that are not healthy for you. Because guess what? When things get crazy at work, we just open the drawer, pull out a Snickers, and boom, we supposedly feel better for like a minute or two. And then the boss comes in, or we open up an email, and voila, we're back to eating another candy bar. Okay, so get rid of the temptation and unhealthy food. You guys have got to ditch it. And I tell my clients all the time, like, yes, you can eat a Reese peanut butter cup. Not gonna kill you. Newsflash, losing weight doesn't have to be perfect, and neither does your nutrition, okay? But I tell my client, I say, okay, if you want the Reese's Pieces and you don't have it in your house, you have to physically put a bra on, you have to find someone to watch the kids, then you have to get in the car, and it's probably winter time, and then you have to go to the gas station and actually get one. So by the time you think about, oh my God, I got so much of that stuff to do, is it worth it? And sometimes your body's like, nah, that's whatever. I'll just drink some water and go back to, you know, the norm. So make it really hard for you to literally hand grab all those things. Okay, got that one? All right, tip number 4 is swap a bad eating habit for a different habit that nourishes you. Okay, so if you feel stressed and you typically go to food, I want you to grab some water. This is hot lemon water. So grab your water jug and chug that, or go for a walk, or do EFT tapping, or meditate. Or tip number 5 is just stop and breathe. Okay, just stop what you're doing and breathe. And I want to just kind of quickly show you, and then I'm going to be done for the day. Hey Lisa, what's up, girl? So quick tip, a quick healthy habit that I do all the time. So if you ever watch me, even when I'm like speaking on stage, sometimes I get really worked up and really passionate about what I'm talking about. And I can feel that like, ooh, because sometimes stress is like, you know, like there's some stress that's good for us, but not all stress. But anyways, I will literally put my dominant hand over my heart. I will put my other hand underneath my rib cage, and I will just simply breathe. And I know that sounds too good to be true, but like just 10 deep breaths brings you back into relaxation mode, right? Which means back to burning fat mode, right? So just think, when you're stressed, you're not burning no calories besides like your body's in fight or flight. When you are relaxed and you're like deep breathing, you're like warming up your whole body. Your body's like, okay, I see you, Carissa, right? Like, I'm relaxed. I feel good. I'm going to like make the, you know, like you're going to go to the bathroom now. You're not going to itch. Like, we're not producing extra hormones, like all these good things. So there you have it, you guys. My 5 tips on how to overcome stress eating or emotional eating. Same thing. So if you say you're an emotional eater, and how can you get better at that? You know, understand why it is that you're eating to begin with. And I guarantee most of it is probably going to be stress induced, stress caused. So you going around telling yourself that you manage your stress really well. I see you, sister, and I used to be you. And now I don't. In fact, now I say I manage my stress with healthy, nourishing habits. The stress doesn't go away. Okay, there are some things in life that we can't get rid of that kind of stress. Say your kids stress you out, you can't get rid of that. Your husband stresses you out, you can't just get rid of him, right? So you have to learn to manage it in a healthy way and not go to the food, not go back into isolation, not get depressed, not have lots of anxiety, not have like all of these things lead to bigger, terrible things for you. So ladies, if you are a stress eater, you are not alone. I am happy to help you overcome emotional eating and create a good relationship with food. That is what I do, right? As a coach, as a trainer. I work with women on the nutrition side, the exercise side, the mindset side. But anyways, ladies, if you felt today's video was informational, first off, please like it, heart it, show me some love in the comment section. What did you think? What's your biggest takeaway? And then second, invite your friends. Invite your friends to this awesome community. Okay, we would love to grow it. We're almost at 1,000 members. We've grown so much in this last month. I would love to see it grow to 2 to 5 to 10 to 100. Wouldn't that be awesome if I could help millions of women in this group by just doing free trainings and giving you guys free workouts and recipes? That'd be so awesome. Help me make my dreams come true by inviting your friends to the group. All right, ladies, have a beautiful Thursday afternoon. I gotta go. I hope you have a fantastic day, ladies, and stay thriving.